Good morning, everyone. Today we are here for the skill enhancement course. I will be teaching Unit 4. We have already studied the role of plants in relation to human welfare. Especially in the previous lectures, I have told you about the importance of forestry, their utilization and commercial aspects, how plants can be used as avenue trees, how they can act as ornamental plants. Many of the plant produce or plant products can be used as alcoholic beverages. Fruits and nuts, what are the special fruits or what are those important fruit crops which are commercially viable? And lastly, this part consists of wood and its uses. Wood, in botanical terms, wood is part of the plant that conducts water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant, stores food created by photosynthesis, and furnishes mechanical support. It is produced by an estimated 25,000 to 30,000 species of plants, including herbaceous ones, though only 3,000 to 4,000 species produce wood that is suitable for use as a material. Wood producing forest trees and other wood plants are of two categories. First is the gymnosperm, and second is the angiosperms. Gymnosperms, as we all know, are the cone bearing trees, produce softwoods such as pine and spruce. And angiosperms produce temperate and tropical hardwoods such as oak, beech, teak, and balsam. It should be noted that the distinction implied by hardwood and softwood is not of true in all cases, but there is some distinction which we have studied in our anatomy classes. Some hardwoods, for example, balsa, are softer than some softwoods, for example, yew. So the terminology softwood and hardwood are just used to demarcate the type of woods. They are not actually uh, hard or soft. So basically, we can say the principal strengthening and nutrient conducting tissue of all the trees and other plants, and one of the most abundant and versatile natural material is actually the wood. It is produced by many botanical species, including both gymnosperms and angiosperms, and wood is available in various colors and grain patterns. The wide variety of uses which we found in wood is mainly of many properties which makes it suitable for this. The properties are: it is a strong in relation to its weight. Even the lighter of the woods are stronger. It is insulating to heat and electricity and has desirable acoustic properties. Next, it imparts a feeling of warmth not possessed by competing materials such as metals or stone, and it is relatively easily worked. These are the six types of wood which has been uh, shown in this slide. These are mainly tropical hardwoods, uh, and these are chosen to show the variations. Six tropical hardwoods which shows natural variation in color and figure. A is the Indian rosewood, comparatively darker in color. Next is Lignum vitae. C is zebra wood, as it resembles zebra. D is Padauk. E is tulip wood, and F is the teak wood. Teak, we know, is used for making furnitures. Now, mainly in India, these are the woods which are used in various forms. Mostly available wood is of babool, which is whitish red in color, and it has a density of 835 kg per meter cube. Usually, it is found in Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Bengal, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh. It shows the following characteristics: it is strong, it is hard and tough, and it takes up a good polish. It is used for such products as bodies and wheels of bullock cart, agricultural instruments, tool hands, and well curbs. Next is bakul. Color is reddish brown. Usually, the density is about 880 kg per meter cube. It is found in some parts of North India. It is close grained and tough. It is used for making cabinets. Bamboo, we all know, it is available throughout India, especially Assam and in West Bengal. Not actually, it's a tree, it's a woody grass. It is flexible, very strong, and durable. It is used for scaffoldings, thatched roofs, rafters, temporary bridges, and in making furnitures, and so on. Next is banyan, which is brown in color. It has a density of 580 kg per meter cube, available throughout in India. It is strong and durable. It is durable only under water. The aerial roots are utilized for making many items like tent poles and well curbs. Next is coconut, which is reddish brown in color. The wood is reddish brown in color. It is available throughout the coastal India. It takes polish, requires preservative treatment for long usage, and used in poles, piles, furniture, and as formwork in concrete construction. Now, framework in concrete construction. Next is Deodar, which is yellowish brown in color, 560 kg per meter cube. Its density is, and it's available in Himalayas, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh. Deodar is the most important timber tree providing softwood. It can be easily worked and it is moderately strong. It possesses distinct annual rings. It is used for making cheap furniture, railway carriages, railway sleepers, packing boxes, structural work, and so forth. Mahogany is another wood which is reddish brown in color, 720 kg per meter cube. Its density is. It takes a good polish and easily worked. It is durable and it is mostly uh, used in making furnitures and pattern making and cabinet work. Mulberry wood is brown in color, 650 kg per meter cube is its density, mostly available in Punjab. It is strong, tough, and elastic. It takes up a clean finish. Usually, it can be well seasoned. It is turned and carved easily. Mulberry is typically used for baskets and sports goods like hockey sticks, tennis rackets, and cricket bats. Um, Another is oak, yellowish brown in color, 865 kg per meter cube. It shows the density. Oak is strong and durable with straight silvery grain. It is used for preparing sporting goods. Palm is another tree which is dark brown in color. 1040 kg per meter cube is its density. It is available throughout India. It contains ripe wood in the outer crust. The color of this ripened wood is dark brown. It is strong, durable, and fibrous. Palm is used for furniture, roof covering, rafters, and joists. Another is pine. Pine wood is hard and tough, except white pine, which is soft. It decays easily. If it comes into contact with soil, it is heavy and coarse grained. It is used for pattern making, frames for doors and windows, and for paving material. White pine is light and straight grained and is used in the manufacture of matches. Rosewood is another wood, um, mainly dark colored wood. 850 kg per meter cube is its density, usually available in Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Odisha. It is strong, tough, and close grained. It is a handsome wood that takes up a high polish. Basically, it is good looking wood. It maintains its shape well and it's available in large sizes. It is used for furniture of super quality cabinet work, ornamental carvings, and so forth. But these rosewoods are vulnerable. Sal is another stronger wood, mostly available for making furniture. Brown in color, it's 80 to 100 1050 kg per meter cube, it's its density. It is available in the states of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa. It is hard, fibrous, and close grained. It does not take up good polish. It requires slow and careful seasoning. It is durable under ground and water. It is used for railway sleepers, shipbuilding, and bridges. Sandalwood is another wood which is white or red in color. Density is 930 kg per meter cube. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam, Nagpur, and West Bengal are the producing states. It has a pleasant smell. It is commonly used for agricultural instruments, well curbs, wheels, and mallets, and it's vulnerable. Tamarind is another wood which is dark brown in color. 1280 kg per meter cube is its density. It is available all over India. Tamarind is knotty and durable. It is a beautiful tree for avenue and gardens. Its development is very slow, but it ultimately forms a massive appearance. Its fruit is also very useful. It is used for agricultural instruments, well curbs, sugar mills, carts, and brick uh, burning. Teak is a wood which is deep yellow to dark brown in color. It is available in central India and southern India. Moderately hard or teak is durable and fire resistant. It can be easily seasoned and worked. It takes up a good polish and it is not attacked by white ants and dry rot. It does not corrode iron fastenings and it shrinks little. It is among the most valuable timber trees of the world and it is used in limited to superior work only. Now, there are two types of products, mainly the timber products and the other products which are formed from wood for various other uses. Here we will focus on the timber products. Timber products are mainly of two types, natural solid timber or engineered timber products. Natural solid timbers are used in making furnitures usually, and we know they are used as it is. But engineered timber products are those products which are processed before using. In this category, we can keep plywood, fiber boards, particle boards, block boards, laminates, and veneers. Natural solid timbers, usually the tree logs, are converted into commercially feasible sizes. It is easy to provide carpentry joints in solid timber and it is 100% recyclable material. Depending upon the type of tree, it is generally hard, stiff, and has high strength and durability. The age of the timber furniture is longest, that is more than near about 50 years. Repair and maintenance is easy, but regular maintenance is advisable because these are not processed wood and with a little of maintenance, it can last for near about 50 years. So, regular repair and maintenance is a requisite. It requires less labor than metallic work and is easily available. It is likely to crack and decay if not properly seasoned or treated well before making the furniture. And it is not advisable if there is a risk of fire or regions of high humidity then and natural storms. So there it should not be used. So basically, it should be used for making furnitures which will be kept in indoors. As I said, for making beds, this type of furnitures, indoor furnitures, this type of woods are used. For making this type of round tables, these solid woods are used. Then comes the engineered woods, and though all those woods which goes through a manufacturing process is placed under this category. Plywood, mainly manufactured from sheets of cross-laminated veneer. Panel strength and stiffness in both directions are maximized. These are bounded under heat and pressure with durable moisture-resistant adhesives. Based upon uses, plywoods are of the following types. First is the regular grade plywood, used for temporary use. These regular grade plywoods are comparatively thinner and mainly used in places where a strength, not a much of strength is required. Then comes the commercial plywood, also known as the interior grade or the MR moisture resistant grade plywood, used for making furniture and that is unlikely to get wet. So those which usually are kept near the water resources, um, in those furnitures, commercial plywood can't be used. Then comes the waterproof plywoods, also known as the exterior grade or the BWR or boiling water resistant grade plywood. These are used in making furniture that is likely to be get wet, for example, kitchen furniture, etc. Then comes the marine plywood. These are super quality and also cost a lot more and used for making furniture or products that are subjected to prolonged water exposure, used mainly for industrial purposes or especially in boats, which get constantly wet. Based upon the wood, plywood can be of two types. One is the hardwood plywood, and second is the softwood plywood. Hardwood plywood are made from teak wood or gudgeon wood or birch wood, and softwood plywood are those which are made from woods like cedar, SPF, spruce, pine, fir in combination, or mango wood. Then there are special types of plywood, like flexible plywood, also called as flexiply, can easily be rolled up and used for creating round or curve-shaped furnitures. There are FR grade or fire retardant grade, used in places where fire risks have to be reduced. Surface is treated with fire-resisting chemicals. Then comes the termite resistant and borer proof. These offers protection from external pests that can destroy the wood. Again, there are structural plywood, which are suitable for construction applications where structural stability is required. Then comes the concrete shuttering plywood. It has a shiny phenolic film over the surface used to create wooden molds for concrete casing. Now, there are few properties of plywood which should be considered before making furnitures or before using them in various other products. First is the leading brands of plywood. It should be considered. These are the leading brands which are enlisted here. Then are what type of thickness are available. I mean, depending upon the usage, thickness should be kept in mind before deciding to which plywood one want to use. Then comes the size, what type of size is required, and it comes in various sizes, which are depicted in the slides. And lastly, the Indian standards or specifications which should be kept in mind. Indian standards 303, Indian standard 710, these are the various standards which are already enlisted, which are already proved, and which are already utilized for various purposes. I mean, marine plywood should be of 710 India standard. Structural plywood should be more, 10701, like that. Then comes the laminates. Mainly laminates are made of a brown based paper and decorative paper. These are use of resins make this paper hard and brittle. So basically, first the brown based paper or decorative paper is made from the wood, and after processing, and then resins are applied over those papers for to give them a hard look or make that paper hard and brittle, and then the two papers are hard pressed together. There are two types of laminates. One is HPL, high pressure laminates, commonly fixed by carpenters over plywood while making the furniture, and then comes the low pressure laminates, which are directly bonded to the particle boards or fiber boards. Laminate size and rates. The standard size is 8 cross 4, and special sizes are 3 cross 7 and 5 cross 12. The market rates of laminates ranges from near about 28 rupees to 390 per square feet. Nowadays, it's much more. Leading laminate brands in India are Sunmica, Formica, Greenlam, many others. There are various types of laminates based upon thickness. First is the regular laminate sheets, which are in which the thickness ranges from zero point 0.6 to 1.5 millimeter, which are usually glued using Fevicol or other adhesives. Then comes the compact laminates, which the thickness ranging from 3 millimeter to 30 millimeter. These are self-supporting and hence do not need to be glued. There are laminates which can be typified, or we can uh, differentiate based upon their usage. First is the decorative use. Based upon the use, mainly when we use them for decorative purposes, then they are decorative laminates. They are important to give a good look or feel. And then comes the industrial laminates, which are important to give high strength or durability and resistance to scratches or wear and tear. These are the various types of laminates. Next type of engineered wood is veneers. The main properties of veneers are they are thinner than 3 millimeter, available in standard size and as same as laminates. They give wood that finish using much lesser solid wood. Due to its flexibility, wooden finished furniture can be made in such shapes and sizes which are not possible using solid wood. Mainly, these are of the following types. First is the rotatory cut veneers. Logs are horizontally rotated and peeled. Then there are sliced veneers, which logs are sliced instead of being rotated and peeled. And comparatively, these are costlier. The cost is much more in case of sliced veneers and gives better quality veneers. The sliced veneers are better quality. If we compare the veneers with laminates, based on maintenance, laminates are easier to maintain. They are scratch proof, waterproof, they have more longevity, whereas veneers need to be polished from time to time and can be scratched. If we talk about the cost, then high quality veneers are generally costlier than laminates. And based on look, veneers give that natural look and feel of wood, whereas laminates provide both natural as well as artificial patterns. So that's a benefit, that's a added advantage for laminates. We can, if we want, we can give them an artificial patterns. These are the veneers, various veneer samples. It's a veneer sheet. Next is block boards. And then block boards are made of solid elongated blocks of softwood, Hardwood veneer for the surface is used. Based on the type of wood, they can be softwood blockboards or hardwood blockboards. Based on uses, exterior grade blockboards are there, also known as BWP or BWR grade blockboard, and better water resistant. These exterior grades are better water resistance, provide better water resistance, and interior grade, they are called MR grade or moisture resistant blockboard. These are suitable for indoor uses. Now, where blockboards can be used? These can be used for making long bookshelves, for making tables and benches. Blockboards can be used in doors and solid core flush doors, single and double beds, cities, divan for sitting, and lengthy wall panels. In all these, blockboards could be used. Now, what are the advantages? They are lighter in weight. Usually, they are made up of soft woods, so they are lighter in weight. Good dimensional stability is there. They have lesser tendency to sag or bend. Cost is less as compared to other types. Better than particle board and even from MDF. What are the disadvantages of block boards? They are not as strong as plywood or good quality solid wood. The nails may sometimes enter the gaps. So that is the disadvantage of using block board. Then comes the particle board, usually made from very small particles of wood, especially sawdust and small wood flakes. Wood particles are mixed with glue, urea formaldehyde resin, and mixture is firmly pressed together using a hot press machine. And then ultimately particle boards are formed. Particle boards are used to make ready-made furniture, kitchen cabinets, false ceiling, wall panels, and partitions. Basically, they can be classified as one-sided lamination or both-sided lamination. Only one side of the particle board is laminated, that is one-sided laminated, and both side laminated. They are just top and bottom, both sides are laminated. Then they are called both-sided lamination particle board. Usually, the age or longevity of this is not more than 5 years. Very sensitive to water and even moisture. Very lightweight, but they are eco-friendly. It is as it is. They are made of waste wood particles, and Indian standard quality specification is 3087 and 12823. Then comes the fiber boards. There are two main types of fiber boards. One is the high density fiber board, and another is the lower density or medium density fiber boards. The density are mentioned in the slides. Medium density fiber boards is more common out of the two because they are made up of wood fibers, and wood fibers are mixed with glue and go through a hot press machine. And usually the fiber boards where they are used, they do not need high density. So most of the materials which are made of fiber boards are made up of medium density fiber boards. The Indian standards are mentioned here. Mainly, they are used for making better quality ready-made items, often used in loudspeaker enclosures, often used for custom-made requirements such as making wardrobe doors and for shutters of kitchen or cabinets. Now, what are the benefits of MDF? Some varieties are less expensive than many natural woods. They are isotropic. I mean, they have some consistency. They have this same type. The properties are same in all direction, so no tendency to split. They are consistent in strength and size. They can be given a good shape. They are flexible. They are stable, and Finishing is very easy. I mean, painting can be done very easily. There are a few drawbacks of MDF. One is their low graded MDF may swell and break when saturated with water, may wrap or warp or expand if not sealed. Dull blades more quickly than woods, weaker compared to plywood, subject to significant shrinkage in low humidity environments. Similar to particle boards, MDF boards are also not cannot be nailed. Screws are used instead. So here comes the ending of this class. I would like to ask few questions or give you some activities after